Onward you go. And you finally reach what appears to be your destination. A split log tower abuts the cliff face and rises from a workshop on ground level to a larger cabin perched on the cliff's edge 60 feet above. The rough wooden structure is so overgrown with lichen as to almost appear an extension of the rock face. The ground to the south of the lower structure is a steep embankment over which a chute protrudes from the structure's southern wall. At the base of the embankment is a large pile of fine black sand that spreads out in a deposit straightened by years of erosion. The ground surrounding the pile is barren as any plant life, with the exception of a single sagging pine tree. Faint traces of a footpath lead to the workhouse doors, though it is obvious none have come this way in many years.
This looks like a gold mine,
A literal gold.
but it's definitely older than 3 months.
Did they? I think they came out and built like a cabin and were like they'd already been here before they set up this expedition, like the Vekkers had.
Right, that's what you guys heard from the guy you were
But
talking to.
this if it
Oh,
looks like
okay.
nobody's actually been here for several years, then that confirms our suspicion that the expedition probably never made it here at all.
So they are probably still buried back at the avalanche. If we don't find anything
Probably.
here, we may want to go back and investigate that.
I think it's safe to assume that the Vekkers are probably with the expedition. Like they probably died there.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, we can tell that nobody's been in here, so
Well, you can
do we
tell
even
that
want to do anything with
nobody's
this?
used that path, at least.
Oh, that's a path leading away from the cabin itself. Still looks like it might have been. Let me see.
Well,
Let's
you
read
see
this again.
these paths. Okay, so if you guys have the map open, down below is the bottom portion. And then there's a midsection, which is just like more like
Okay, I get it.
a
There's two floors.
stairwell. Here, let me reveal this stairwell map for you guys. That kind of goes along the side of the cliff there. That's what the brown is, the cliff. And then the one on the top left is the top side of all of it.
Right.
So the paths they're talking about are these here in
Like down the
particular.
cliff a little bit or something, or is that like the bottom of the cliff?
Yes, this map is the bottom of the cliff, and these dark things here are the paths that they're talking about. But it's so snowed in, and there was like there would be mist here, but because Amara's control weather, there's no mist, so that's why you see all this like whitish stuff here. Um, but other than that, it snows up here all the time, so you can't.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of find it weird that they even said that because I disagree with that last sentence there. That shit shouldn't even be there. So it's a little misleading, unfortunately. So unfortunately, you just don't know because of weather, is really what it should say. Anywho, I'm going
And we don't see
to.
any wagons or anything that made it here either. For example,
No, you don't see any of that
I guess we
stuff.
could. I mean, theoretically, I guess somebody could be in the cabin or something.
Um, Yeah, you don't really see any like chimneys or anything like that. No. No chimneys, actually. That's weird. Hmm. Let's see here. So yeah, there's evidence of avalanche. So yeah, that description there like should have like washed out that trail and any evidence. So I guess you wouldn't know because you guys did identify that there were avalanches in this area. Let's see. Cabin built of split logs, cemented with a rough mortar and a shake shingle roof. The logs look decades old. The cliff
Well,
is
I mean, I
60
guess we could
foot high.
go up and check it out.
Yep. I suppose.
So what you do, where you go, how you do it? I'm gonna get all my lovely windows open.
So we're gonna go up and check out the entrance.
For the cabin? Yeah, I suppose. Is it,
Not
what? Oh,
the
wait.
place where they were going before the expedition, or
I mean, this is where the expedition was headed for. They were going to set up like a settlement here, was the idea. I'm pretty sure. And I think my understanding at least is that this cabin was something the Vekkers built when they were here, like, before. Like, they basically built this here, and then they were like, let's go back and go to Yanderhof and get investors and set up an expedition so we can go get treasures from this great city, the lost city that we discovered.
It's also possible that they might have found it and fixed it up and utilized it, so it could potentially be
That's
older
true.
than the Vekker's story.
That's true too. It could have already been here before that.
Is anybody able to determine if there's any current activity that's gone on around here? Like tracking?
Right, I mean, I can roll a perception check, but other than that, I'll go ahead and do that, I guess. But
Okay.
I guess, I mean, is there windows on this cabin? Because I like try to like look at them from. I'm not necessarily go up to it yet, but do I like see? Does it seem like there's any
You do
activity
see
in there?
some windows here and there, and you
like
do not
candlelight?
see any activity. There's no light, there's no sounds, there's no movement.
Yeah, so I mean, as far as I can tell, it's abandoned right now, but I mean, who knows? There could be somebody sleeping in there. Probably not. I think
It's like 3 in the afternoon right now.
the expedition met its end before they even made it here.
Oh, I agree. I'm just wondering if something else may have taken up residence since then. That's just what I was wondering.
Yeah. If they are, it's something. It's not. Doesn't. It's either hiding really well or it's not active right now. Perhaps. I mean, it could be. There could be something sleeping in there for all we know. But
Okay, let's see, where am I? Then let us proceed. Carefully, just in case the dwarves set up traps to deal with any intruders in their
And-
absence.
And since you guys are flying, obviously you can come up to the 60-foot ledge and go there as well. But, yeah.
We'll start at the beginning.
If you want. And then also... what was it? Yeah, Nizo, you don't... Yeah, you're the only one that rolled. I already answered that. The windows. There's something about the windows. They're a specific shape and size. I'm not sure if it matters, but I wanted to point that out. I think they're only like 2 foot by 2 foot perfect square little hole windows. Which you don't see any windows on the lower part or the mid section, but up above on the upper part where you see these like blue sections, those are the little windows I'm talking about. Perhaps one of you flies up there to scout it, I guess.
We're gonna go up there.
Is that what you're gonna do?
Going up this path.
Well, you want to go through that door? Through main door? Let me check it before you do.
Sure.
Good trap.
So I'll get off the Phantom Steed probably to do that. Have it just like hang out by the edge of the cliff or something. And yeah, I'll do a perception looking for traps. So my trap finding bonus is a +7 still. Hey, cool. Nat 1 again. Rolled a lot of
Okay.
those today.
You do not think there are traps, but
Okay, is it locked?
a lock bars the door, but it is so badly rusted that this shouldn't be hard for you at all. To just break it.
Like, we can just break it off.
Yeah.
It probably can't even be picked because it's so rusted.
Right.
I'm kind of disappointed.
Amara bricks the
Alright,
lock.
I'll say as much.
Alright. Do you guys open?
I'll step back and say, well, there's no traps that I can see, so...
Okay. Then I will open the door.
Alright. Congrats. It's a dead end. But I'll tell you about your dead end. Within are dusty remains of once thriving mining enterprise. The rotten remnants of wheelbarrows, shovels, picks, ore sacks, plates for panning, and sluices for separating placer deposits are stacked in a jumble. They are all covered in a thick layer of frost and have deteriorated to the point of uselessness.
Definitely, this must have predated the Vekker brothers then, for these to already have
Yeah.
been deteriorated this bad. Although that way that lock was too, the Vekker brothers may have never have been here in the first place, or at least not in here. I guess the other door, perhaps.
Well, let's take a quick, just to be thorough, a quick look around the shed, just to make sure there isn't anything hidden somewhere.
Okay.
With the mining shed that we were just at?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Abysm doesn't find anything. Nizo definitely does not find anything, and Amara does not find anything.
Okay, there's nothing useful there.
All right. How about this door?
Yep. I'm gonna check that door for traps. Trap finding bonus, and it's a
Okay.
little better than a 1.
You do not think they're traps, however, the door appears to be locked. The lock has corroded so bad, but you think you might be able to pick it, but it's going to be rather difficult.
That sounds like a challenge.
But it's a
Yeah.
corroded lock. I mean, I can get it open, but
Yeah, it's a still strong corroded lock, but the corrosion itself has made it lock picking a little difficult.
I
Business.
mean, I'm not too worried about that. But
Me neither. That's just the
but
description
at the
of
same
it, so.
time, it makes me wonder because oh well, I'll just
It
pick the
implies
lock anyway.
they've never been here.
Yeah, I mean, I'll open the lock anyway, but no problem. Nizo spends, like
Okay,
however long. I can't remember what the
2d4.
roll for that is. Yeah, I spend maybe less than a minute picking the lock.
Okay, and do you open
Abysm will open it.
it? Okay. Oops, let me do this right. That's not right. I failed at doing it right. There we go. Okay. This room has a bare plank floor. A wide double door stands to the east, and next to it, a shabby curtain closes off another opening. The room's dry boards still appear to be stout, having successfully remained sealed from the elements over the years. So, for the best of your knowledge, you would imagine that this is probably just an entry room where you can shake off your boots of snow and whatever.
I'll carefully proceed.
Okay, you move on in. You do see double doors and a curtain.
Shall I see what's behind the curtain?
If you want.
I look back at my companions.
Yeah, is everyone else coming in here? The door's probably too small for Amara to come in as.
I'm waiting
Oh,
outside
okay.
unless you need me.
I'll carefully pull back the curtain and take a look on the other side.
Okay. You do. And there's really nothing in it. Your best guess is it's probably just a privacy room, perhaps when they change clothes or something of the sort. You do see hooks on the walls, but nothing hanging on them.
Okay.
Like a closet kind of dressing room thing. Weird.
So here's a good question. Hooks on the walls, does it appear that they would be comfortable for a human-sized individual or like a dwarven-sized
More
individual?
dwarven size height. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is a dwarven building. I guess I'll let Nizo take care of these doors here.
I'm assuming this one's an indoor door, so it's I mean, if the other one was locked, this one probably isn't. But I'll check for traps anyway.
Okay, you do not
If I can
think
find
it
the
is
bouton.
trapped.
Oh, I didn't even roll yet.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
well.
Well, yeah.
We're just assuming a success.
Yeah.
fine.
But
I
you
would have
do
got a
think it's
30 on my
locked.
perception, even on a 1.
The locks are not
It is
corroded in
locked.
here, though.
Yeah,
They look
it is
fine.
locked, though. That's surprising. It's weird that they've even bothered to lock the second door here, though. I mean, yeah. I guess it's added security, but Even Nizzo thinks that's very paranoid, especially without where they're at. In any case, I'll say, well, I guess I can get rid of this lock as well if you guys would like, and I'll spend time doing that.
Okay. And you do. You disable it.
In like 5 rounds.
And Abysm will open the door.
Mm-hmm.
I need to close some of these maps. I don't need Magnamar open right now.
With the psychosis that Wendigos have, how is all of Galarian not just Wendigos?
There's a lot of creatures that are like that, where you just have to not think about how they actually work. Shadows being a classic example.
I mean, some of them just want to be where they are. You know, they don't want to
Well,
rule the world. They don't want to kill everybody. It's just if you come into their domain, you're a toy. But most of them don't.
You only
really
get
want
the
to leave
Wendigo
their domain.
psychosis if they hit you with its Nightmare ability or its Windwalk ability, which are both like single target things. So. But yeah, the DC's like so ridiculously high that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You open the door.
You pretty much just need remove curse.
And the air in this long sealed chamber is putrid. The back wall is the solid rock of the cliff's face. A ramp rises from the western door to a height of 5 feet, which is the elevation of the rest of the plank floor. Mounds of dust and rocky debris clutter the floor, while rusty mechanical equipment, large copper tanks, and several rock-crushing and chipping tools set upon sagging wooden tables. The handle of a shovel sticks up from the debris pile immediately below the aperture. 2 pairs of elbow-length thick leather gloves stained from long use hang from the hooks beside the north doors.
Yeah, the brothers have never been in here considering the quality of this air.
Okay. Well, is there any reason to even stay here then? Or should we just continue on to Shinsha Lost? I mean... I don't really want to go in there. That sounds nasty.
I wonder what's in there though.
Probably back away from the putrid air.
It does still move very bad.
We'll just let the air out for a few minutes before we consider going in.
It's gonna need more than a few minutes. That stank strong.
Henrik, do you, wait. No, I can do this. Never mind. I'll cast Detect Magic. Take a look inside the room.
Okay. You try to detect magic, and you do not detect any magic.
Okay. Then after a bit, I will go inside.
Okay. You step into the room, and you're fine. But what are your allies doing? Are they following you?
I'm not wanting to follow
Not wanting to
Abysm,
follow.
but like,
Well,
yeah,
you guys
but I probably
stay
will.
at the door. In case something, if this air overcomes me, you can pull me out.
Okay.
Do you need something to deal with this air? I might have something. Come over here, guys. Oops, that was preparation.
Yes.
I'm life bubbling y'all.
Okay.
Oh, that
Oops.
works.
Forgot this lets me like
Thanks.
drag everybody else's tokens around.
How long does that last?
Hours split between 6 divided by 15. I'm pretty sure.
So a couple hours.
What level spell is it?
It's 2 hours per level.
Yeah, but it's
4.
castable
Oh.
15.
So 5 hours each, which sounds fine.
Well, that's if she's casting it just on the three of us. If she's casting on the...
No, I'm casting it on all of us.
You
Okay,
said
so
2
yeah,
hours
2 hours
each. I
then,
mean,
plus a little. 2 hours and change.
It's 2 hours per level.
yeah. So she has 30
So
hours to
4
divide.
hours. And
So it's
15.
5 hours per person.
Yeah. Okay.
Go
Quick
have
search of
fun
this
in this
room.
thing. I'm staying out here for now.
Before you get that far, Abysm, back up a little bit. Maybe 1 square forward because you're stepping further into the room. When you get there, like, everybody roll a no, not Amara, Diana, and Leopold because they can't see. But Nizzo and Henrik, go ahead and roll a perception as well as Abysm.
Oh boy. Now we're rolling 20s now.
Abysm doesn't even notice this. Okay.
Usually doesn't.
Henrik
That
and
+0.
Nizzo, as soon as Abysm gets to that location, both of you guys notice a shadowy image of a dwarf crouching in the corner.
Which corner? In the room that Abysm's going into?
Yes, kind of over here, so it's kind of in the corner of your eyes. Even though he's closer, apparently you guys notice it. I don't know, but before you're
I
able,
shout and I point.
Well, it's a shadowy image, so...
before you're
Speaking of shadows,
able to continue moving, at least it will do something. But Henrik, if he shouts that there's something there, then that's fine.
Yeah, I warn Abysm. I tell him there's something there.
Okay, and then the shadow fades, and it then appears to be a full-on dwarf, like it's really there. And its back is to you guys. And you can see down on the ground, all of a sudden, there's all this gold dust. And this dwarf turns around and looks over at you guys with gold dust thick in its beard and dripping in slobbering strings from its lips. And he says, You have to try this. It's so delicious. And he begins to start stuffing just handfuls of gold dust into his mouth and swallows.
And does Abysm not see this? Is this still only something
Abysm
we
does
see?
not see this. But Henrik and Nizzo, please roll a will save.
Oh, okay. I kind of saw that.
oh,
That's pretty creepy.
It's probably a haunt.
this is like what happened to Kepri, right?
Uh-oh.
Fortunately, Fortune's gotten a little better, I guess, but I will say it's probably still not good enough, but it's
Nizzo,
probably like,
you failed your save, and you have
oh,
this
fun.
strong compulsion that you cannot resist to go and scoop up and eat a handful of the gold dust.
Well, isn't that all the way over there? So maybe Henrik stops me. I don't know. But yeah, Nizzle
Yeah,
starts
I'll
trying
try to stop
walking
him.
up towards it. How do you stop me then? Shouldn't be too hard, but
Well, even if he
only
stops you, you're
he
still
does.
gonna be compulsed to do it. So you're gonna fight him.
I'm gonna be compulsed to try to. Yeah.
I'm going to. I'm gonna try and grab you.
Okay.
I tell Abyss, I'm like, don't let Nizzo over there. Grab him.
Over where? What?
Yeah, you see Nizzo like start wandering into the room, I guess.
Uh, if I mean, if he wants to look at the doors, I'm all for that.
Oh, he's walking past it. I guess okay, so what is that? CMB versus I mean my CMD is pretty shit.
I just want to
Your
try
CMD is
CMD.
probably pretty shit too,
Okay.
so
Hey, I have 16 strength.
yeah, that's not good enough. I just
Uh-oh.
brush off your attempts.
You see Henrik trying to grab Nizzo and fails.
I'll put my hand on Nizzle's shoulder. Is there something wrong?
Yeah, I
Can I
probably just
sense
ignore
motive
you.
this or something?
Yeah,
Okay, well-
that's something you could do, I think. Sense motive lets you tell if there's something affecting their actions, right? Like if there's a charm or a compulsion or something.
For the most part.
I don't know if that's good enough to beat the DC, but
Yeah, unfortunately you don't know.
because I think it's like I don't remember what the DC
Well-
to detect compulsions, but
Henrik
Might be
has
based
told
on
me
the
to stop
effect.
him, and he is
Okay.
ignoring me completely, which just by itself is weird. So, I'm going to see whether or not I can hold him back. Or at least turn him around. Something wrong?
Reposition Nizzo. In the other direction. No?
What even is this gold dust? Is that even like that's like Abysm
don't-
doesn't even see this gold dust, right?
That is correct. So, unfortunately,
Okay.
nobody really knows what's happening, so we can't really, yeah.
Henrik can kind of see what's happening, I guess. But
Henrik sees gold dust over there.
Don't let him drink the Goldschlager.
that should have worked. My CMD is
He
only
targeted
28.
himself.
Yeah, I targeted
Oh,
myself.
okay. Yeah, that actually meets.
Okay. So you at least halt him, and I'm sure you'll maybe, like, pin him, or... because he'll probably
Yeah, I mean,
try
I
to move
I
forward.
probably would try on my turn to get out, but my CMB is pretty ass, so I probably can't. Let's see, where is that located on here? I've never actually done.
Should be on the
CMB
main
in Fantasy
page.
Grounds.
In your combat tab,
No, if you
lower
just
left
find it
corner.
on your main page, everything's on the main page.
Yeah, it's in there too. I guess I technically should target you as well.
I don't have
But I have the
CMB on my
grapple
main
condition.
page.
We both have the grapple condition though, so that
Oh, yes,
that
I do.
should cancel
Sorry,
each
I see
other
it.
out, maybe,
Yeah.
or something.
That's fine. It'll
Or I
cancel
could
each
use
other out.
escape artist. Technically, escape artist would be the better way for me to try to get out.
Yes.
Which, unfortunately, I actually probably can escape artist. Maybe your CMD is better than 28, isn't it? But it might be worse while grappled. That doesn't have my penalty though for being grappled myself, so actually that probably doesn't get out.
I don't know if you get the penalty against the person that's grappling you.
You still have the dex penalty from the grapple condition though, and it's a dex-based skill. But that
However,
shouldn't matter
that-
because those should even out. Because you also like, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah,
That's a really low roll,
is-
but I mean, how long does this thing last? Does it just indefinite until
For a while.
until the conditions are met?
you don't know, honestly.
Right. I'm not sure how many times I have to
What-
try to roll it to get out.
Well, I'll call it Henrik. What's wrong with him?
I tell Abysm that this place is haunted. we saw something disturb.
You can.
That's-
Oh, is
it's
this an enchantment effect, by the way? Because if it is, I get a second save.
Okay. Yes.
Because I have my. It is cool. I get a second save, so maybe I can. Maybe this will work. Oh no, never mind. It doesn't matter.
Oh.
It super doesn't work. He just hungers for gold even more.
Yeah.
Do you need some help in
Figured
there?
Okay, well, I will try dragging him out then.
To like maintain the grapple, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no problem.
And then I will move up to half of my speed. To drag him with me.
And then on my turn,
Close
I'll
that
probably
door,
try to
Henrik.
escape artist again.
Yep, I closed this door.
Does that have any effect on it? I don't know. I'm gonna try to escape artist.
You still want some of that gold.
I still want to go over there. Okay, I tried to escape artist.
Some of that delicious, yummy gold.
Hey, I rolled low when I want to, at least on that. So I'm still like struggling to get out of Abysm's grasp, but you know, Abysm's actually doing a good job of holding on to Nizzo. I don't think Nizzo would even be saying anything during this, right? I'd just be like kind of thrashing around a little bit and trying to squeeze out.
Okay, I guess once more, just to get you out with Amara.
You're rolling really good on these CMBs.
Yeah.
Maybe. I contribute a lot of it to the fact that he's a gnome and I'm a fighter.
Yeah. That definitely helps.
I'm gonna have Diana try to, you know.
Like pylon grapple.
Yeah.
Do you have any way of
Since-
breaking this enchantment over him?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Okay, Diana's got him.
Okay, well, I'm gonna be real with you guys. This is gonna last for like hours.
Doesn't Henrik have break enchantment or something?
I do. I have a scroll of it that I can use.
Oh, wait, well, I'll cast Detect Magic on him just to see if it's a magical effect to begin with. We might be able to just dispel it.
Yeah, sure, that'll work too, if it's magic.
So yeah, eventually you narrow down that there is some sort of magic affecting him. Knowledge Arcana to know school. You do know that it is a compulsion enchantment for sure. And with that knowledge arcana, unfortunately you do not identify the spell effect.
Like the name of the spell.
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
I will
see this
just...
spell though, so you should be able to dispel it in theory, maybe.
Yeah, I'll just try to
Cast your
dispel
level
it and see if I can do that.
Yeah, it's like the only one on him, right? So.
Good luck.
Right. I mean, when he was using Detect Magic, he'd see other magic auras from the items and stuff, but, you know.
Mine is not so good.
Let's see, what is it? 11 plus. Okay, you do. You dispel this effect
Oh, yay.
on Nizzo, and Nizzo no longer wants to eat gold.
He no longer craves
Eventually he
gold.
starts talking, he's like, "Oh, get off of me! What the heck is going on here?"
Well, there's restless
'Cause I
spirits in this place.
I knew I had a bad feeling about this place.
I know, but now I feel compelled to put them to rest.
Well, I mean, I guess, do we have any way to avoid something like this happening again? Whatever happened? Last thing I remember was seeing some creepy dwarf dude in there. And then I found myself out
See,
here.
I never saw any creepy dwarf dude. I have no idea
Really? He was right in that
what
room.
you saw.
I mean, I definitely can't see him now because you guys closed the door, I guess. But yeah, there was a creepy dwarf dude staying over in the corner and turned around, and the last thing I remember, like,
I was standing
that
there right in the
pretty much was
room,
the last thing.
and I saw nothing. But I don't doubt your word, since you were definitely under the effect of some sort of compulsion. So something had you enchanted.
Yeah, some kind of like specter phantom head.
Well, my vote is, I don't think I really want to go back in there.